Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use SORA. SORA is a K-12 student reading app powered by Overdrive. It allows students to borrow both eBooks and audiobooks from our eBooks regional collection. With almost 3,000 fiction and nonfiction titles to choose from, there is sure to be something on the shelf for everyone. SORA is great for independent reading, but with multiple copies available for some titles, it can also be used for class reads and small group reads. Before we log in, let's talk about who has access to the SORA shelf. This shared collection of ebooks and audiobooks is a collaborative effort with input from all of the region's school librarians. It is managed by the eBooks school library system and is available to all K-12 educators and students in eBooks component districts. Alright, so how can you access and log in to the SORA shelf? The SORA app is available in your web browser, or if you prefer to read on your smartphone or tablet, you can find the app and install from either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Once you decide how you want to access, you will need to log in to the app. In this video, I am going to show you how to do that using the app in my web browser. Okay. To get started in our web browser, we need to navigate to www.soraapp.com. Next, we will click Find My School. This will search based on your location, and you should get an option for a Madison Oneida Boces school. You can choose any of these and say, this is my school. If you don't see a Madison Oneida Boces option here, you can click My School Isn't Listed. And from here, you could just start typing in Madison, Oneida. You won't even need to get that far, and you'll see Madison Oneida Boces. Click This is my school. And it'll bring you to the same place. Sign into your school. And here there's a drop down with all of our school districts. So you're going to choose your school district, and then from there you will log in using the same username and password you would use to log into your school account. So I'm going to choose Madison Oneida Boces, and we only require a username, so I'm going to type in my username and click sign in. And I made it to the SORA shelf. I'm successfully logged in and I'm ready to start exploring. In fact, this is called the Explore page, and you can see it selected down on the bottom nav bar. We'll talk about the other pages down there in a bit. The Explore page is where you can browse fun collections developed around timely topics, themes, or genres. You will also find collections for new ebook and audiobook editions. Not every book in a collection is visible on the Explore page. To see all the books in a collection, you can click on the title of the collection. For example, the class reads fiction, we can see all 25 of the books in that collection. This means any of these ebooks, there are enough copies for an entire class to read. Back on the Explore page, you can also browse by subject categories. And if you want to take a look at all the collections, you can click the Collections button, and this will show you all the collections and the number of books in each collection. To browse the books in a collection, just click on the title. For example, the World War II and Holocaust. An easy way to navigate in SORA is to use the breadcrumbs to take us back to the Explore page. Another way you can find a book is to use the search. You can search by title, author, or subject keywords. For example, if we search for The One and Only Bob, there it is. Now you may have noticed back at the search what said search all my libraries. That's because I've added the Mid-York library system, my public library, to my SORA account. And this is a great way to increase your chances of finding a particular book. if you search both libraries. If you are interested in adding your public library, I explain how to do this in another video, and I'll put a link to that at the top. You can also click Advanced Search to see many other searching options. For example, you could limit your search by audience. You could limit by interest level. For example, if we hit lower grades in search, that's going to show us all of the books available at both of our libraries, Madison United BOCES and Mid-York Library System, for those lower grades. Now another thing we can do is we can refine that search. For example, we could do sort by popularity at all schools, and you can see Dogman, it's pretty popular at MO BOCES and the Mid-York Library System. Alright, if we click search again, in advanced search, we can look at other options. We could do things like Lexile, or if we click available books, what that'll show us is only books that we can borrow right now. So they'll all say borrow. Nothing would say place a hold. Okay, next I want to talk to you about preferences for a minute. Preferences work a little differently than search because they are what we call sticky. So by this I mean if you add a preference, it doesn't go away until you remove it. So if we click preferences and then we look at the different options, there's different, we could do preferences by all these things. We'll do available books and say we only want to see available books. If we hit apply, what that's showing us is only books that are available to borrow with no holds. And you can see it says preferences 1. So if you go back in, that's still on available books, but we could also turn on another preference to say maybe we only want to see audiobooks. So we'll apply that preference now. And now we're only seeing available audiobooks. And up here near the preferences, you can see that there's 2 preferences turned on. So again, just something to be aware of, because if you were to close the SORA app and open it back up, those preferences will still be there. So if you run into trouble where you're searching and you're not finding what you're looking for, just check to be sure there's not a number next to preferences. So to turn those off, we have to click back in and actually remove both and hit apply. And now, as you can see, we've got nothing there, no number, and we're seeing everything on the shelf again. Okay, I think we are finally ready to find and borrow a book. Let's explore the fall into a good book collection and see if we like any of these. Okay, if we're looking at the collection, we can see there are several titles that say borrow, and then there are some that say place hold. So that means that we can't borrow it right now because someone else has borrowed it. So if we want the book, we can place a hold, and we will be we'll be on a list to borrow the book. So if you want to check the status, if you click on that little clock, it'll show you what the wait list looks like. So there's nobody on the wait list, and so our approximate wait would be 2 weeks. So if we click place hold, that puts us on the list, and it says it'll be available about 2 weeks. Now, the only way to know if a hold is available is to log back into SORA and check the status of your holds. And what you should see if one's available is a little bell up in the right corner next to that little hamburger menu that will be an indication that you have a notification telling you that your hold is available to borrow. So you have to log in to check that out. You won't get an email or anything like that. All right, so let's look for a book we can borrow. So let's see. Let's look at Look Both Ways and see if that looks interesting. So let's click it to look at some details about it. We can look at, well, it's won a bunch of awards, and we can read a little synopsis. We can look at, it'll tell us, oh, it's an audiobook too, you could borrow. Or we can look at more titles like it. And then if we click more details, this can be helpful if you want to know how many copies of a book that we have on the shelf. And we only have one copy of this book, and that one copy is available. So that's good. And we could also send it to our Kindle. So we could hit borrow, and what that will do is it opens the book so that we can start reading it. And then it'll keep track of where you are in the book. So if you were to read this book for a bit and then you exit the app and go back into this book, it will know exactly where you left off. And that will synchronize across different devices if you're logged into your Sora account in both devices. Okay, let's check out our shelf now. So down in the bottom nav bar, if we click on the shelf button, that will show us our loans, holds, and in our loans you can see we have Look Both Ways checked out, and as you can see, it's been downloaded. So that means that the entire book has been downloaded to the device that we have our Sora app on. So if I take this device and I don't have an internet connection, I can still finish my book. So that can be super important if you think that you will be without an internet connection reading. All right, if we look at options, we can look at things like we could renew the book. So if we click to renew, it's too soon because you cannot renew the book before it's like within 2 days of being due. And then we could return it early if we're done reading it, which I always encourage. If you finish a book early, it's nice to return it in case someone else is on a list waiting for it. And then send a device would send it to our Kindle, if you have a Kindle device. And then mark is done. You could just say, yes, you finished it. And then if you had made any notes and highlights in the book, you could click there to see those. We'll talk about notes and highlights in a future video. And then we can look at some other details about the book. And then if we go back to the loans page, we can check out our holds. And you can see that hold we placed for every falling star. And if we check out options there, we could edit our hold, we could cancel our hold, and we can look at things like, okay, we're number 1 in line, we're the only person waiting. So you can kind of check the status of your holds from your shelf, and if you go to holds. Now lists, you can actually create lists to keep track of certain titles that you want to read. And then your history will actually show you books that you've borrowed. And you can clear this out or take certain things off of it. It talks about that in this little box here. So, all right, so that's about it. That is everything on our shelf. All right, let's check out the home page. So let's click on home down on the nav bar. And from here you can see your loans. So it'll show you any books that you have checked out. And then up in assignments would be anything that was title assigned to you. So it is possible to title assign books to students. That's done through the school library system. So you would contact your school librarian to assign a title to a specific student. And then down, if you've defined any words while reading or you made any notes and highlights, those will show up. And then it'll also at the bottom just kind of give you like suggestions for books that you might like based on other books you've read. All right, let's take a look at the hamburger menu on the right corner. What this is, it just has some place for some settings. So it'll show you the libraries that are in your Sora account. And that is where you would add a library, but again, you can watch that other video on that. And hold settings, you can change to freeze your holds, things like that. Download, its default is to download the complete book right after it's borrowed, but if for some reason you wanted to change that, you could. And then general settings, you can kind of just change your, I don't know if you'd want to change any of this, but there is a dyslexic font in high contrast, so that can be helpful for students that would need it. All right, so the other thing we can do is sign out here. So if you wanted to sign out of the app for some reason, I would say the only reason you'd want to do that is if you were using a public computer, a computer that's not just your own or something like that, then you'd want to be sure to sign out so that no one else would go right immediately into your account. All right, let's check out our last page down in the nav bar, and that is the Me. So what happens when we click the Me is we get a little synopsis, a little summary of our statistics in the Sora app. So I've opened 55 books, but I've only read for an hour and 16 minutes. I am a speed reader. No, really, I send my books to my Kindle and read on that instead of in the Sora app. So the other thing is you get achievements when you do different things in the Sora app. You get badges. So there's all kinds of badges for different accomplishments. So these could be motivating, or you could use them in the classroom to motivate students to read. So that's really it. There's not much to the Me page. Okay, that completes our Sora tour, and I think that you are ready to get started. So thanks for watching.